Hey guys, Steven here. I'm going to show you guys a couple of things I've been toying with. Okay, I've been real interested in yoga recently and been kind of experimenting with that. Haven't taken any formal classes yet. Just kind of messed around on YouTube and some other DVDs that some friends have given me. And yoga reminds me a lot like jiu-jitsu, where a lot of the movements, or some of the movements you can't do at first because you don't know how to shift your body weight, you don't know how to use your hips and everything correctly. And the more that you start to do, the more you start to do it, the more you start to understand how to move. And 6 months down the road, a year, 2 years, however long it may take, you'll be able to soon be able to do those moves. So and that's how yoga is, and that's how jiu-jitsu is as well. So what I want to show here is just a couple warm-ups that we do in our adults class, but in our adults jiu-jitsu class. But this is all just combining all the warm-ups. Usually we just do repetitions of 10 or 20, but this is just combining all the warm-ups into one and just kind of free-flowing with it. It's like what I call is like jiu-jitsu yoga. It really warms you up and just gets you ready for class. Okay, so let's start with I'm gonna show you the first move, and I'm gonna just keep adding on to the moves. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the first move, and you get a couple different angles of it, and then we'll just keep adding sequence. Understand? Cool. So the first one, just the basic uba tap. And most schools that you're at, you're taught this move. Okay, it's real simple. So I'm here, my elbows are tight. Okay, notice anytime I'm doing these moves, okay, they're not meant to be fast and like rough. It's just real smooth and fluent. Hicks and Gracie once said that. Let's see if I can remember. He was like, it's not enough to defeat your opponent, but you got to look good while doing it. And it's a very interesting quote. And I'm a big fan of it. The smoother you look doing a move, the more calm and understanding of the sport you can be, or the art, So, okay, so here, my feet are tucked in. I'm going to lift my hips up. I'm just going to touch across. And my hips come back down. That's all I'm going to do. Just show you each side. It's real simple. Just hit your uba taps. Alright guys, so that movement was real simple. Okay, so now let's add on to that movement here. So the next movement is hips to the floor. Okay, we're going to combine it. We're going to do a uba tap and then hips to the floor, kind of mixed with the shoulder roll as well. Okay, and again, you'll see it from different angles. So we're going to start here. Okay, elbows are tight again. We're hitting our basic uba taps. Okay, so when I reach over, when my hips are up, if I'm reaching with my right arm, my left leg is going underneath. Okay, I'm not stepping over my leg. Understand? So reaching over, my left leg comes under. My toes, my left toes up to the ground here. I'm going to pivot over to my shoulder, my toes here. Okay, tucking my head, and I'm doing a forward roll up to my butt. Understand? So again, we're here. What we'll do is I'm going to uba tap, touch. My foot comes under. Okay, because if my left arm reaches, my right leg goes underneath. Understand? I pivot over. I curl my head in, and I forward roll, coming up to my butt position. Okay, I'm not laying down, coming up to my seated position. Alright guys, so that one, again, that one's a little more difficult movement. Okay, but the better you get at that movement, the better, the better you get at that movement, the better your jiu-jitsu kind of increases. That movement is used all throughout jiu-jitsu. There's little Granby rolls and hips to the floor, uba taps, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's add on to the next move. This next move is very simple. Okay, it's just sit to one knee. Okay, so I'm gonna start here. So again, we're here. We got our uba tap. Our hips are up. My foot comes under, I hit my shoulder rolls. Okay, now as I come up from the seated position, without using my arms, my leg curls in, okay, my knee's down, my foot's up, I'm shifting my weight forward, okay, my knee is down. Weight forward, and I come to the top position here. Understand? If you want, you can add like a little hip stretch in, and then come back. My leg curls back in, and I sit back. And then I go back over the same move here. So we're here. Hips up, touch, foot under, hit my shoulder roll, leg curls in, okay, without using my hands, I sit back up, little hip stretch, and we come back down. So again, boom, here, under, roll, up. Hey guys, so now we're starting to get our sequence going. As you guys can see, you know, how it's falling apart. You can just keep going back and forth with these moves. You know, if you're having trouble doing the next move in the sequence, you know, maybe just practice that particular part, or just don't go to that move yet. Practice the moves before it, okay, until you perfect that, okay? Try not to rush yourself, and, you know, I'm a big believer in knowing all the little details before you go to that next move, you know. So if you're missing a detail, don't go to the next move yet, okay? Keep sticking to that first one until it's very, very smooth, you know. Okay, it's not about how many moves you know, it's about how well you are at that one move, and that's jiu-jitsu and yoga, both of them, okay? So look, let's add the next move into the series here, okay? A little backward shoulder roll, and then going back into guard, okay? Where you can again go with the same movements. Okay, so here, again, everything in the series is the same. Up, foot under, I hit my roll, I come up, but now as I come back down, my foot goes back in, and I roll over my shoulder. Now if I roll over my right shoulder, my right knee comes to the ground, my left foot is based out, okay? So as I sit up, try not to use my hands. As I sit up, my foot curls in, and I sit down to my seated guard position, okay, where I can lay back down, and again, I go over the same move. So move with that, my foot comes under, I hit my roll, I sit up, I come back down, I roll over my left shoulder, my left knee hits the ground, my right foot faces out, I shift my weight so I don't have to use my hands, I curl my foot in, and I sit back down to my seated guard position. Alright guys, so we're doing good so far. Okay, we got a lot of movements going on. We're starting to get all this little crazy sequence going. You know, so let's add in the final piece to this sequence that I came up with. Okay, so it's just a basic, it has 3 names people call it. Okay, we call it here MMA get-ups. It also has technical stand-up. Okay, MMA get-up, technical stand-up, or stand-up and base. So there's 3 names. Okay, you guys may call it different at your academy. Okay, so we're here. Again, everything in the beginning is the same. Roll, sit up, roll over my shoulder, boom. We come back, but now as we come back, my hand comes up, okay, to my knee. My other hand faced behind me. My foot's free, so now I'm able to lift my base up on 2 points of base here, okay? I'm gonna do a slight little kick, shifting my weight forward. I come up, and my foot never touches the ground here until I'm done. So my foot glides along, boom, and we're up to our 2-point base still. Now I'm gonna hop my left foot back to my right hand as I step back in my combat base. Okay, so again, back here, oompa, hips to the floor, we roll, up, over our shoulder. Okay, now here, look, over my shoulder, my left arm is moving on my left knee. Right hand goes behind, so as I sit, I'm all ready for my transition, understand? Foot up, hop, and we're back with our hands up, okay? guys, so we're done with this little sequence. Okay, you can do this warm-up really anytime. You can do it at the end of class, you can do it before class, you can do it if you come to open mat and nobody shows up and it's just yourself. Okay, this is a great way to really warm up and practice your individual movements. I think these movements they're all used throughout jiu-jitsu. It's excellent to really just to really practice this. You know, if you don't know how to move your body the correct way, hitting some of the moves that your instructor may be teaching you can be difficult. Okay. The way I kind of came up with this too is like I showed this the other night in class, and we have, like I said, we have our warm-ups, and it's usually like it'll show one, like it'll be sit to one knee here, and it'll just be a set of 20. So it's just one move, sit to one knee. You know, for beginners, so it's easier to show that way. But as you get more experienced and more advanced, I like to say take all the moves and combine them into one. So I sat in the beginning of class and I just, off the top of my head, just improvised and came along with this whole little sequence and hey, this is how I do these moves, and let's just see, you know, and go. So it doesn't have to be in the order I put it in. Okay, it can be any order that you want. Get your own creativity added into it. You can add your own moves. You know, it doesn't just have to be the moves that I showed. So if you have any other warm-ups that you know, Brazilian crabs, shooting, crawls, as you guys saw at the end of the last clip, I did a little shot at the end. You know, so you can add in shoots, you can add in crawls, you can add in anything that you know. Don't get creative with it. You know, don't just stick to one thing. Just find where it just flows into another one. And again, you know, when you do these moves, like I said at the beginning of the video, like when you do these moves, they shouldn't be jerky and fast and all that. It should be real slow and fluid and everything should be nice. It should look beautiful. You know? It shouldn't be in there, like all that. You know, control your breathing while you're doing it as well. If you ever watch any videos of, there's a couple videos of Dixon Gracie, and he talks about his breathing method and how he breathes, and watching when he's stretching and warming up and everything. You just hear him constantly breathing while he's doing the moves. You know, and that transfers over to yoga as well. You know, and those people who are yogis and who study yoga or knows a little bit about yoga, as you can see, it's almost the same thing. It's just different type of movements. You know, yoga's a lot of stretching. Well, this is the same thing. You got a sequence. They're more catered towards jiu-jitsu guys. You know, what I'm working on now is I'm trying to work this whole kind of series, but then adding in yoga movements like your downward dog and all those stretches and movements that you have there. So that way it's like one big thing. So you get your full stretch, your full warm up, you get your heart rate going a little bit. You know, you can add in a couple push-ups, sit-ups here and there, but again, it's all nice and smooth and relaxed. So just to show real quick, I'm just making this off the top of my head. I'm going to do the sequence we just showed, okay? And then I want to add in a few other moves. Okay, so we're here. Let's just start the same thing that we just did. Okay, now I'm just going to add in, I'm going to throw a Brazilian crab in there and a couple other things. So here, again, boom, hips under, we roll, we come up, we get a shoulder roll. Okay, you got your stand up and base, you know, and then you got your shot. Boom, you hit a quick little sprawl. You come up, the Brazilian crabs. You know, hit the Brazilian crab a couple times, then you can come and just forward roll. And look, you're back into your series. Roll back down, boom, boom, back up. You know, so there's all kinds of things that you can do and you can get creative with this. This is just me coming off the top of my head with a couple moves. Okay, record your stuff. You know, if you guys have, I'd like to see what you guys can come up with. So you know, try it out a little bit. Let me know what you think. Show me some of the moves you have. You know, share the video and subscribe, guys. I'm gonna constantly be posting a bunch of videos like this and my journey on jiu-jitsu, going up the ranks in jiu-jitsu and